Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to my one block world. Oh my goodness. You know, I leave these worlds and then I'm like, what am I gonna do when I get back? But last video we built 2 more platforms, so we now have 3 levels on this floor, which is very exciting because we're about to test just how much gold we can gather in let's say 10 minutes. So right now everything here is kind of reset. It's at its minimum. All of these are also pretty much reset. And so what does that mean for us? It means we're able to do the math right now to see how much we're gonna get in just about 10 minutes. But hi, welcome. I know I'm excited. I hope you're excited. We started off with 47 levels. And as much as this is a gold farm, it is also an excellent XP farm. So let's just spend a little bit of time and see what we can gather out here. Now, it does always take a little second for them to spawn. They do spawn in sort of waves, so I'm interested to see how that changes now that we have 3 floors. But this has been one of my, I guess, most long-term projects, and I've really enjoyed this one. It was, ooh, that's not very smart. Are you aggroed on me? No. Okay, we'll have to go find something to do about all that. But in terms of mob farms I've built, we have my overworld just general mob farm, which I think is the easiest in terms of construction, but also in terms of how it works, because it is just platforms that mobs spawn on. Then you use like the trapdoor mechanism that gets them to fall, and that's it. And then you have this farm, which I think is a little bit more complicated. It uses similar mechanics, but the floor is made of magma, and so only a certain number of mobs can spawn on it, which I think makes it a little bit more difficult. And also it utilizes little turtle eggs right there in the center to attract the mobs, rather than just hoping they aimlessly wander into the fall. And then you have, I think, my most complicated farm up until now, which has been my iron farm, because it does have a spawning platform with a little fall down. But I think more importantly, oh, that's interesting. Okay. Oh, let's not... I panicked and pressed random buttons. This might not have been a good idea, I fear. I fear I might have done a miscalculation here. I guess we'll see if they fall down. But what was I saying? Yes, the iron farm I think is my most complicated one, because it does also utilize, you know, the villagers and how they spawn iron golems within the game. So I think that is probably my most complicated farm, but this one I think required the most difficult material farming, especially in a 1-block world, because gathering all this magma and gathering the eggs were both just long, perilous quests. So yeah, that's interesting. I don't know if this is an issue, because they're always going to be aggroed on me, that's the goal, but then they kind of stay up there, and now they're no longer aggroed on the center. And I wonder if that's an issue. If anybody else has ran into that issue, or if I've just done something wrong somehow. You never know. Sometimes it is just my fault. But either way, I'm really excited that I have this farm in working order. It seems to be pretty decent at gathering some gold. I'm hopeful that we can get maybe a stack of gold, which is, in case you're wondering, 9 stacks of gold nuggets. And from there I will see if I go and trade with the, whatever the trades are called, the piglin brutes. And then hopefully we get some cool trades, but so far so good. We're a third of the way there in about 4 minutes, but of course I was talking a little bit in the beginning. There's just, you know, not everything's working. I wonder if there's a way for me to avoid this. Like, would putting like fences up help at all? Or is this not an issue and will they eventually go to the center anyway? Because I'm gonna keep aggroing them because they're down here, so those guys up there will also be aggroed, I think. Or what, are they just aggroed because I hit one of them up there? I don't know. Clearly I still don't know a whole lot of stuff. I'm still learning, you know? And that's the fun of this. But I hope you're doing wonderfully. This one block world has been really, really exciting. I feel like we have more of the nether to explore just because I still haven't found a way to improve the chances of gas spawning. I need to not be sprint jumping out here. Oh my goodness. But also we haven't had wither skeletons spawn yet. And so I'm still trying to figure out a couple of the that's a difficult word. Intricacies. Intricacies. I actually don't know how to spell that either. That's fun. Okay. That's more research for me to do. The intricacies of this one block world. Because I really do want to figure out a way to get gas and potentially, if they exist, wither skeletons, but sometimes you just gotta be patient. And maybe we have to explore some more biomes. Like this specific spawner has to exist in a nether waste biome. So we know that there is different biomes in this world. So maybe there is somehow like a fortress biome. And that's where the blazes will spawn, or the wither skeletons. But I do not know. And that which I do not know, I cannot find. I don't know where that sentence was going, and that's okay. Let's throw some stuff out there into the void. We don't need half of this stuff. We also don't need it to bounce back. Okay. That's great. That's great. Okay. But the spawn rates are looking excellent. At the beginning of this, I was a little bit shocked by how slow they were, but now they're really moving. You know, you just gotta wait here a couple minutes, and now I feel like I barely have to look away and stuff is already spawning again. Oh my. And a lot of experience as well, which we can never complain about. And there's still multiple guys up there, so I do know that if I kill these guys, we should still be fine. So really, we're moving. We're making progress. And once this whole line fills up, we will have a stack, but we also are gathering a little bit of gold on the side. And eventually, we will have all the gold we could ever desire in the world. Oh my goodness. But this is also a little bit the reality of a one block world. As much as I, you know, wish it could always be exciting, and in regular Minecraft, I love going into mines or exploring the world. Sometimes in my one block world, I just have to sit still and farm materials for a little while because there's no easy way of getting this. I can't go into the mines with a fortune pickaxe or go into the mesa with a fortune pickaxe and get all the gold I want. So I kind of just have to build a gold farm, and that's fun. It's teaching me to play Minecraft in a new way. But it does just take a little bit of time. Let me just heal all of these while I'm here. I realize I could have been doing that this whole time. And that's okay. Can heal them now. Just a full saturation gold sword. That's crazy. Don't worry, you guys. You'll all get a turn to heal my tools. There's, after all, so very many of them. Yeah, they're still spawning, and that's awesome. Really happy about that. Don't know why that's there, and that's okay. Let's see how much gold we have hiding. Not too much over there. A whole stack over there. Almost a whole stack over there. I'm gonna take out the swords. Just because swords are a little bit annoying, and they take up a whole slot of inventory space. And then they all get thrown. I have, like, no need for these swords. And then I'm going to hit these guys once to heal my pickaxe. Then I'm gonna put this in here, and then we're gonna clear this out a little bit. There we go. Now, this chest is already completely full. So I am just gonna start throwing rotten flesh out as well. Could it one day be useful? Probably. But I do also have rotten flesh in my overworld farm. And so I think it's doing the most. Oh, that's my bow. Oh, perfect. You would drop, like, right down there, wouldn't you? Okay. And then everything should once again be filling in nice and easily. All of our tools are healed. We've got almost 10 levels, which after level 30, levels build a lot slower. So to get 10 levels in like 10 minutes from this farm is actually a little bit insane. And would you look at that? We've almost got a whole stack of gold. So in about 10 minutes, we do get about a stack of gold, which is wonderful, wonderful news. And it's, you know, it's still going. It's not like this is over. Like we're still farming materials, which is awesome. Big fan of this farm. So if you ever need a good gold farm, can now assure you that this one, to some extent, works great. I have yet to run into any issues regarding this farm. Let me see. I'm gonna grab this gold just because I can. And then I'm going to turn it into gold. Perfect. A whole stack. I'm just gonna grab this guy. And then I'm gonna throw some of these guys out as well. They don't need to be in here clogging up the system. I sure hope all of these entities and all of these dropped mob items aren't going to lag out everything, but I haven't run into any issues yet, so why would there be issues now? And we're still collecting. Oh my goodness. Sometimes there's a little bit of a backlog in the system, so it takes a second for everything to move down, which is why you did see me checking out the hoppers. If I can angle it right, like we've got a whole stack in there, 2 stacks in here. Could probably help them by, you know, moving stuff for them. Actually, why would I not do that? Okay. That's the last hopper cleared. Just make it in life a little bit easier for them. And filling my inventory up with all of this absolute trash. Oh my goodness. Why am I doing all this? Let's just see what I can do. And then let's clear some of this out. Okay, I'm organizing. I apologize. Organizing is fun for me, but sometimes it's also just doing the most. Okay. Luckily, we do have more storage space for these guys, so these can get saved. And then if I ever need a bunch of these materials for whatever reason, I know for sure I've got them. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Even slightly. Okay. Whenever I do this, it like breaks my mind for some reason. Okay, there we go. And then I can have thoughts. I can think about 2 things at once. That's possible. It's not possible. It's so very not possible. I was clearing out these guys, wasn't I? Ooh, so many swords. What am I doing with all of these swords? But it does look like I have now cleared out the backlog of stuff, which is lovely. So let me just clear up the last little things. Once again, a whole nother stack almost of gold. Probably actually with the gold ingots we have in our inventory, we do actually have a stack here. So I'm a big fan of this farm. I'm gonna keep farming just a second longer. Look at all of this experience. It's so beautiful. I'm slowly eating the experience. It's awesome. And then we'll go down when I have just another stack. You know, sometimes it's peaceful to just go out here and farm for a little bit. Next time I might bring flint and steel so I can burn this stuff. But you know what? When I'm safely on a surface that I cannot fall through, which glass was a choice, and then when I'm not, you know, suspended on perilous magma blocks, maybe it's not so bad here in the Nether. You know, it's nice and toastily warm. I don't have to worry about feeling cold out here. I get lots of experience, lots of gold. What more could I possibly ask for? 60 levels. Oh my goodness. I feel like I don't know if I've ever had this many levels in Minecraft. I am quite prone to death. So don't expect, you know, these levels to last too long. But they're nice. I can do a couple of enchantments. Got a really nice fishing rod, a better bow. The rest of my stuff is already enchanted. And just like that, I do believe we should be almost ready to pick up all of the gold ever. Oh my goodness, yeah, I think we've got it in there. I'm just trying to pick up some of the swords because they are annoying. There we go. And just like that, I think I'm going to just go in there. Drop that in. Go in there. It's all been cleared. Beautiful. And just a couple of swings extra for good luck. And then we should have everything we need. Oh my goodness, we've got 9 extra golden ingots. Okay, we're gonna have like a stack and a half in a second, which is awesome. Perfect, okay. And we do this. And there we go. We've got a whole nother stack just patiently waiting in my inventory. To do this, drop this off. We say, thank you, piglins, for helping me on my quest to be the richest man there ever was. And then we head down. Still not a fan of these ladders, still not a fan of these piglins falling down alongside me. But I can be so very brave. And then we trade and we become even richer. And just like that, I will be the richest person there ever was. But I am specifically looking for nether bricks. That is what I'm doing all this trading for. So I do hope we get a couple more of those, and then hopefully I can somehow find some wither skeletons through that and some blazes. Look at all the XP just lying on the floor. I think it could also be interesting to explore if there are other biomes out here. That could, in theory, help me. I will grab the gold, actually. You know. Find, potentially, nether-based mobs that are based in a fortress. Because right now we are in the nether waste biome. That was specific. We did want to be in there. The Crimson Forest, in theory, could be good for Enderman spawning. But we don't really need Enderman. We get all their drops from the overworld as well. Nothing else out here. This is where I'm hoping we can get, you know, some other spawns. It looks like this is a Crimson Forest. Okay. With, the nether bricks, I'm hoping we can get some fun spawns there, but I have yet to see it. I might try that out in a different biome as well. And then more nether wastes. Over there, on our right, is one of those biomes that spawn magmas. The basalt biome. Look at them go. Which I originally realized because the whole lighting changes over there. And that's awesome. See if there's any other biomes we have out here. Another Crimson Forest. Okay. And then this should all still be on the line. That is the nether waste line. Yeah, it looks like it is. Okay. So nothing really exciting over here. But you guys are about to have the time of your life. And we trade. And we see what we get. And then we go on with our day. Will I become rich today? Watch and find out. And in just about 6 minutes, we got through all the trades there. Oh my goodness. We are definitely a little bit richer. We do also just have an inventory full of stuff now, which is awesome. I love having an inventory full of stuff. Let's see what I can do. And then we've got lots of everything. Honestly, getting some quartz could be really interesting. I don't know when we'll need quartz, but it's lovely to have the opportunity to trade for it, I guess. You know, we have some more arrows. I'm sure that will one day be useful. I've been throwing these guys out because we've got 2 stacks over there. We got a couple more potions. I'll never say no to a couple potions. Also just some more of these guys. And then we have all of this stuff, of course. Lots of more building blocks, which, you know, I always need building blocks. In my 1-block world, where everything is but what I want it to be, we got an ancient debris. Now that would be wonderful, life-changing, if I didn't have access to it in the overworld. But seeing as I do, I don't really care all that much. But it is lovely, you know, to have. Let's see what else we can pick up. We've got almost all of it now. These guys can go. I can craft them whenever I would like to, so I'm not too worried. Some ender pearls, okay. That's not too bad of a trade. I think this is the first ancient debris we've traded for, which is also kind of interesting because what made them, you know, decide to trade for it right now? And just a little bit more of all of this. But we have, in our escapades, got almost a stack of nether bricks, which gives us another 14 blocks. So it is just a long, arduous process to get a couple of these blocks to test an idea that may or may not even work. But we got the blocks. I'm happy. I got to spend some time chilling at my new and improved gold farm, and it is excellent. Beautiful gold rates, beautiful XP rate, even for, you know, how high level we are. And I had a good time. What can I say? I had a good time. Hopefully you enjoyed it as well. If you did, feel free to like, comment, or subscribe. I do always appreciate all of your support. And hopefully I'll see you again very, very soon in this world or the next. Alright, have a good one. Bye-bye!